Setting up this stream. Bear with me whilst I go live on TikTok also. And let's see if we can get an actual stream today. That was a big thing yesterday. We couldn't even get the stream. Right, okay, I can zoom in now. Who are you barking at? Morning, how you doing? It was a great day yesterday, Josh. It was a great day. There's no other way to describe it, as far as I'm concerned, at least, anyway. So let's put it into context. So yesterday, we started with a small account. We were 4,200 to start. So given that my minimum is 5% that I'm looking for, yesterday I was looking for kind of $220 profit, and we finished up 6,000. So it is. It looks like it's going to make another run, a continuation today. So I'm keeping an eye on it. We shall keep an eye on that. So I've picked out a few this morning, which are gapping up pretty well. Viru's already broke the highs from yesterday. If I look at the 5-minute chart, you can see here that we've already got the highs. Zoom out so we can actually map these out. You can see we've already got highs up here over $15. Got key resistance level here at the $0.25. Let's look back and zoom back in. And we're also getting support here at 13.50. So key levels. Let's move that up 1 because I like round numbers. And that is the high of pre-market high as well. So our goal today is at least $500. We had 24 PT from Wainwright. I'm not sure what that means, but maybe. Morning, Les. Morning, Farron. I think that's as good as I'm going to get the stream today. So I hope you guys can see. I hope it's clear for you on TikTok, that one. Now what I'm looking for now is we've got this huge extension up here. It would be nice to be able to get in here. We could have then got this entry at $14 for the break of $14 and a move up. But we wait. We wait for the right setup. So I want to see a pullback to the V-Wap, a red candle to the V-Wap, and then a move up. Oh, and as I say that, look what happens. The high of this candle is 21. We've got the SPYs and the Nasdaq are slightly up today, ever so slightly. All right, okay. Well, I mean, the analysts get paid big bucks, but it's essentially they're no different than you, me, or the man on the moon. They go through the fundamentals and things like that, but I prefer to trade the price action rather than the analyst speculation. Well, that's a shame, Les. The head-to-head bit. Not sure what you mean by that. The head-to-head bit, no name. Can I get rid of the head-to-head bit? Go figure. I'm looking at the feed right now, and I don't know what you mean by the head-to-head bit, no name. All right. While that's pulling back, I'll go get my cup of tea. Hello, baby. Yes, you're not baby, I'm not. Right, okay. No, I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it on the stream because I'm looking at the chat from another account, so I'm not seeing the advert, any overlay advert. And is anybody else seeing an overlay advert, or is it just no name? Yeah, I think it could continue to move up, and I think 15 is a realistic target today. If we go by what SBFM did last week and what Neurosense did a couple of weeks ago on similar news, and a couple of the other pharma stocks, the way they've moved. I'm watching Viru. It's not quite at that 15% level that I like, that 14-15% level, but it's definitely of interest this morning. We've got another couple of stocks that are of interest. So BCDA is also moving up this morning. We've got ATNM is moving up nicely as well, and a smaller price stock is PYCC popped up on a good catalyst, but it's trading below the V-Wap and it's retraced most of its gains. So just need to watch. It's about 16% up. It did pop up quite a bit earlier. So those are the four on the stock list, and of course vary. So those are the stock four on the watch list at the moment. We've got $75 minutes to the bell. Plenty of time. So that's exactly it. Similar setups, low flow, medical catalyst. There's a lot of similarities. I've set up a couple of new hotkeys as well today, so hopefully they'll come in handy. So we've not got huge. I don't know why the TikTok's not pushing my stream out. I mean, they're advertising on it, obviously, so I don't know why they're not pushing my stream out lately. Hey, Carl Fakey, good to see you again. Here's your starter for 10, yeah. Well, good luck. Should be okay. You're a little while off 14s yet, but I want to see it back up above the V-Wap personally before I take my starter with it. I'm actually, it's really interesting. So this is Actinium Pharmaceuticals is the name. I had to think about how to pronounce that, but Actinium Pharmaceuticals, and it's announced a commercialization agreement for Lomab B in Europe. Well, Europe, Middle East, and Africa. So they're going to receive 35 million upfront payment and up to 450 million in potential milestone payments. So it's good. It's a good catalyst. I'm watching Viru on my watch list scanner, on my watch list charts, and I'm watching BCDA, which is currently below the V-Wap, and I'm watching ATNM and CYCC. Those are the four that I'm watching at the minute. That might change, but those are the four that I'm watching at the minute. So Z-San, I think, is, someone has said something about Z-San. So Z-San is gapping up, but it's off the top of my head. Let me just have a look at this. I think this is a reverse stock split. Let me just have a look at the action. Yeah, it's not even a reverse stock split. It's still kind of moving down, gapping down. So it's a 35-1 reverse stock split Z-San. So don't trade that. There's a reason why it's 35-1. We're trying to not be delisted off the Nasdaq. Good luck with that one. 318s. I'm not sure what setup you saw there, but good luck. It's a 320, flat top forming at 320. You've got an ascending wedge. So 318, I think, might be a little bit premature. I think 320 is really the level you want to be watching on CYCC. You want to see it break 320 with volume. Happy soul. So 380 is a little bit premature. What you're seeing here is you've got this flat top. I'll put a little horizontally so you can see it. You've got this little flat top here. It's a resistance level. It went up and it was tested here, 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 and here. So 4 times you've got this resistance level at 320. It's a nice round number as well, which is a psychological thing. So 318, which is here, it's broken above that a couple of times. So I think 320 would have been a better level for you to watch. And if it breaks 320 with volume, could be a decent entry point. But this ascending wedge here, just do a trend line. You've got a lovely little ascending wedge going up here, and you've got the flat top forming there. So that's usually a bullish pattern, and you tends to break upwards. So I would be optimistic. 318, you might have got in, but you might have to wait for consolidation for it to coil a little bit yet, and then break upwards when it gets past 320. TNM. Current pre-market high is right there at $8, and it's a round number, so it's an important psychological level as well. If you can get into the habit of marking out these key support and resistance levels, it will help you in the long run. Yeah, I could certainly have a look at Tesla. Tesla tends to be trading in a similar way to the SPY. In fact, very similar to the SPY. If you have a look at the SPY, see, that's Tesla on the 1 minute, and that's the SPY on the 1 minute. A very similar pattern. A little bit more exaggerated with Tesla though. That's this high volume candle here with the big wick. That's just the 8 o'clock scrum. That's just the algorithmic traders clearing the book, all the market makers clearing the books. Don't worry about that one. It would have been a little candle, smaller candle here. It just ruins the chart. But yeah, Tesla 980s. Got a little bit of a flat bottom there on kind of 980. So the rest of the market is trading the same way the rest of the market is. I don't mind very selling off right now, and I don't mind that if I'm being 100% honest, as long as it stays, keeps its gains from yesterday. The line in the sand for me with Veru is $12. As long as it stays above $12, I think we can say we're still bullish, because that's the majority of the. If I look at the 60-minute chart, you'll see what I'm talking about. I'll get rid of this line because that's from yesterday. You can see that $12 here. It's pretty much, if it stays green on the day. We saw that it moved up, and then we had this narrowing pennant, narrowing triangle into the close. And then if we look at some of these lines, so trend line, look at where these lines are going. Really, you can, zoom in a little bit. So you can see here from the low here right way across, that was kind of midday. What time was this? This was lunchtime yesterday. The lows, we want to see it continuing to make higher lows. As long as it stays above this trend line, we should be okay. So higher lows. So we want to see this stay above $13. Morning, NASA. BCDA, I'm not sure as yet. I've not made my mind. It's on the watch list. It's got good relative volume. It's got a good catalyst. It's gapping up, so it is a good contender. It's below $3, which for me means I'm not likely to trade it, but it has been above $3. So it is a shorter price stock. But if it gets back above the V-Wap, the V-Wap's about 330 at the moment. So if it gets back above 330, then I could be interested. That's not to say that it's not worth trading right now, as long as you wait for the right setup. So right now, volume is kind of died off a little bit, but let's see if it gets back above $3. If it gets back above $3, then I could be interested for the break of the V-Wap, which is currently $3.30. By the time this gets up to $3, V-Wap's probably going to be around the $0.25. So we can we've got a little over an hour to the bell. So it's got a good catalyst. So it wouldn't surprise me to see this move up and test $4 today. It also wouldn't surprise me if it's done for the day and sells off. But let's see. It finished. It closed yesterday. Closing price was $2.15. So bear that in mind. It's currently 34% up on the day. This is Daytrading Pro. Good morning, Kwazakandri. Mullen Motors. Are you still in Mullen Motors? Not looking good, I'm afraid. For day trade, if you're swinging it, that's fine. If you're swinging it, it's not looking too bad. But from a day trade perspective, it needs much more volume. It's slightly up on the day with kind of 2% up. If you look at the 60-minute or the daily, let's look at the daily. I've got all kinds of remove these. So you can see the daily here. It's had a couple of good rallying days after the last week's sell-off. So Friday and today, Friday and yesterday, it's rallied. It's gapping up slightly, only slightly, I'd say about 2%. But it's an upwards trajectory on the daily. If I just zoom out so you can actually see the wider time frame. So if you look at the wider time frame, you're looking at this upwards trajectory. It's above the V-Wap, but this trend line is an upwards trajectory. So we had this little pump here back in, was it March or mid-March, and it's sold off since. So just couldn't go on a rally. It didn't retrace all of its gains. So if we look at it from a weekly perspective, we had this move up, didn't retrace. It retraced back, kind of a consolidation. So we could get another move up. This wider sell-off since last year is what's really troubling. So for me, you want to see it kind of get it above. If it can get above $6, it could go on a bull run. $5 is the kind of a line in the sand. If you see that it's used $5 as support a couple of times, right now we need to get above $4. So it's the whole dollar levels. Every whole dollar is going to be key for Mullen Motors in the next few weeks, I believe. You want Oxy, yeah? Occidental Petroleum. Okay. So Oxy on the 1 minute, again, it's low volume. It's 2% up on the day. Let's look at it on the 60-minute because we had this high up here of kind of $62. It's now $59. So that was Friday. Now, if we look at it from the weekly perspective, we had a high a couple of weeks ago of just over $63. So it's not looking too bad. If you look at it on the daily chart, let's just zoom out a little bit. You can see that it's in an upwards trend, but then again, it's been following this upwards trend here, like this. This quite a steep upwards trend as well. So Oxy's in a good place. It's looking very bullish. But the wider kind of petroleum stocks, energy stocks have been in a very bullish period over the last month or 2 months. Well, since the Ukraine crisis kicked off. But Oxy is in a good place. It's been consolidating for the last couple of weeks, but it's not looking weak at all. That's actually quite a nice daily chart. Where's our V-Wap? It broke 13. We really wanted it to stay above $13, but we'll say it's $12.94 right now. Right one. At the moment, AT&M seems to be the hottest stock in terms of price action. It's the top gapper. And have a look at Twitter. I can do that. DH, demand, or whatever your name is. So I know Papa Musk has been making quite a few tweets about Twitter over the last couple of days. Look at the 60 minutes, probably easier to address, and then I'll zoom out so you can actually see it. So this is where we're at the minute. Since we had that pop up last week, so we had this gap up when it was disclosed that Elon had taken a 9% shareholding. He was the largest shareholder now in Twitter. And then we had a continuation the following pre-market, then it sold off. We had a little bit of a pop, and it's selling off again now. So because he's actually refused a seat on the board, so unless Elon really does something or announces something to do with Twitter, I think the wider interest in that is dying down now. We had a bit of a rally yesterday, but it's done nothing since. So 47.30s, which is pretty much break even on the day. Ouch on V-Wap? No, I don't know. Like I said, it was very extended. It moved so much yesterday that So this is Veru right now, and I'll put it on the 60-minute chart so you can see. So it moved up very well yesterday, the way it was, and then it continued to after hours it popped up to 15.35 this morning, and now it's consolidating. So we're still up on the day. We've held all of the gains from yesterday. We're not quite at the highs from yesterday, but let's just look at SBFM. So, let's have a look at the momentum that we got a couple of weeks ago when we got SBFM last week. We had this initial pump, and then it consolidated for a whole 24 hours. Then we moved up again. Pull back. Now this looks more like what we're seeing with, if we take out this pre-market session, this looks like what we're seeing now with Veru. So we get the initial pump, bit of consolidation, a move up, and then a pullback consolidation before a big move up again. So it wouldn't surprise me for a bit of consolidation, a pullback, consolidate, and then a move up, even if we get a move up after the open. So I'm not too worried about Veru. 12 is the line in the sand for me, I think, based on the technical side of it. If we're looking at the 1 minutes here, look at it on the 5. So I've drawn this quick trend line. It's just broke below this trend line now, but $12 is the line in the sand for me to say whether we can really get a good continuation today. If it stays above $12, which is pretty much where it finished yesterday, we might get a continuation. But it's normal to have a consolidation, a pullback when we get so extended. We're up here at kind of 1450s, and then it pulled all the way back to under $12. So it's moved up again, then it pulled back. So what we're getting is these higher lows. So this low here, if I zoom in, we've got this low here on this doji, which is 1236. So we need to maintain a position here higher than 1236. So we don't get any lower lows. We start to move up again now. We could have a continuation. Just zoom out and alter this trend line. Let's get rid of this and replace it with a ray line, because that way so then we can zoom in. This is a ray line on the 5 minutes. So we can see that a kind of a rough estimate, if you will, from the lower down here, let's move that up, to the bottom of this doji here. And we've got this ascending trend line. As long as we stay above this trend line, we're in an upward momentum. Get rid of that because it's not looking good on the 1 minute. So as long as we keep getting a higher low, that was very. SSR on SBFM. Well, let's have a look at the short interest on SBFM, is it? Key data, short interest. Okay, so we've got reasonable short interest on there. It's still only 7 million flow, so we've got, as of effective date, all right, we've got plenty. This short information is well out of date. I've got short information, effective date of February, so it's not really giving me much information in terms of short flow. There were 91,000 short back in February, but that doesn't make any difference. So I really should subscribe to Vortex. I think. Hey Shando, how you getting on? I think Vortex is probably the best source for short information. Hang on a minute. It's on my phone. I've got an app on my phone that does the job. I squeeze that. I was looking on Benzinga. Benzinga's got better information than Finviz and Fintel. Finviz and Fintel's always light with their info. You want to have a look at AIM? I can do that for you. Not much volume pre-market, but let's have a look at it on the hourly chart. Well, it's just consolidating sideways, really, isn't it? It's 121 at the minute. It spiked up to kind of 155 yesterday morning. It's not got anywhere near that today. So 120s. On the daily, if I look at the daily chart, it's making this huge cup and handle maybe. Get the cup, the handle maybe. Maybe not, but yeah. There's kind of a cup and handle formation there, which tends to break upwards. But I'm not getting good vibes about AIM. Let's have a look at SBFM on the chart. So yeah, it's just selling off. It had its pump. We kind of peaked out on Thursday last week, and after hours it just shot up to over $12. SBFM. Have a look at on this chart, and it's topped out at 12.47, and it's sold off since. That big sell-off pre-market and at the open on Friday was kind of the death knell, if you will. We had a little bit of a dead cat bounce there before further selling off. So now we'll probably see this back down at what it was before it news broke last week. So this will go back down to kind of $2.5. So just put this into context, guys. The reason I trade these stocks, the reason I look for stocks like Veru, like SBFM, like Neurasense, is because when they make a move, they make these parabolic moves, and they'll go up kind of 100, 200, 300, 400% in a single day. So if you get on that move, you can make some really nice gains. But what you've got to do is be very, very careful, because once that move's over, they can just sell off just as quick as they rallied. In fact, they will sell off quicker than they rallied, because fear is a stronger sentiment than greed. So just be excuse me. So just be careful with stocks. Once they've peaked, you have a catalyst, and you may get it peaks on that day. You may get a continuation where it will rally again for a second or even a third day. Very rarely with these low cap stocks do they rally for more than a week. So if you're looking at day 4 or 5, be very careful if unless there's a reason for it. Like last year we had GameStop and AMC and what were the Reddit meme stocks. They continued to rally, and we're still getting that today, and it's over a year on, like 14, 15 months later. But there's a whole movement around that. There's a whole community driving that sentiment. Whereas these stocks, nobody gives a monkeys about SBFM, really, or Neurasense, or Veru. Once they've had their day in the sunlight, they'll go back into the shadows, and you might see them again in 3 to 6 months' time. You might never see them again. So don't hold bags. With these small stocks, be very careful about swing trading them. Just be very careful around holding and getting married to these stocks. We're looking for intraday moves with these low float stocks and low cap stocks. We get that volatile move on a day that we can take advantage of, and then we move on to the next one. Very. Someone said what's going to be a good point to get in. Okay, so it needs to stay above 350. I've marked 350 as it was a confirmed support level. It broke it, then it became resistance. Now it needs to stay above 350. It's okay tapping 350 here right now, but it needs to confirm it as support and move up. Then we're looking at 1425. We've got the usual psychological levels, quarter, half, and whole dollar levels, but 1425 is the next line of in the sand. So we've got, if we look at it from let's zoom out, 1425 quarter dollar level, we've got confirmed resistance here. We've got a little bit of support there, then resistance again here and here. So 1425 is for me where it becomes really interesting again. If it gets over 14, it's interesting again, but or over the V-Wap even. But 1425 is where it becomes really interesting, because that's when I believe it can potentially go on to a run to all-time highs. Well, let's say all-time highs to break these highs of 1535, which is a pre-market high. So we're testing we got that 1350 support confirmed. Now we're testing the V-Wap. So we're getting a little bit of resistance at the V-Wap. Parabolic is my new favorite word. It's been my favorite word ever since I got into trading. If it moves upwards, 1364 is going to be a good entry on Veru. If you're in at 1364, it goes to 1425. Then yeah, it's a good entry point. But you need to look at the patterns. We're getting a little bit of a doji there. We've got the rejection at the VWAP. So it's now down at 1368, 1370. So we're not getting huge volume coming through. 170,000 on the big candles, and kind of 175, 200,000 on the bigger candles. So really, it's now approaching the VWAP. So it's becoming more interesting to me. The VWAP is currently 1381. So if it goes above the VWAP, tested as support, then we want to break it. We want it to break $14, because we've got that psychological level of the whole dollar level. It's a double zero. So we've got the whole dollar level at 14. So if we move above the VWAP, come back, test it as support, then move up to $14, I'd be interested in the break of 14. It's currently 1390s, just above the VWAP now. Let me just look at the 15-minute. Nice. This is the 15-minute chart, looking for confirmation. So we've got this low point here just as it was coming into the close. So just took that low point there and mapped it to this low point here. So this is the pre-market resistance, if you will. And you can see this trend line, it's tapped it twice there. So let's have a look at it on the 5-minute. I'll keep that on there because that could be interesting as a support level later. So we got rejected at the V-Wap. Got above it briefly and then back down. So $14 is really the interesting level. Now we've had this run up here, so watch this. Both on the 5 and the 10, we've had this huge run up. So watch the pullback here. Next green candle to make a new high could be a bull flag breaker. So we've got a high of 378 on this candle here. So this is your flagpole, and then we want a little bit of a downwards consolidation, maybe into this support area here at 1350, and then we get a move up. $13.80. So the V-Wap is really the area we want it to test. Bit of a, that's too far for a bull flag. Well, I don't know about tripled. It was doubled. We did 100. We got 140% net, a little over 150% gross. So 4,200, and we made 6,700 on the trade profit and loss. It was just shy of 6,000 after commissions and charges. So that was a great. When you put it into context, like I was saying earlier, my goal yesterday was to get $250. So to come away with nearly $6,000, you know, I was stoked. Really good performance that yesterday. But I'm not going to take the credit. It was the stock that did it. So all the gappers are not holding the gains. BCDA is below $3 now, so that needs to really have a turnaround for me to be interested. The top one, which I said was the most interesting, is now pulled back. It's below the V-Wap, so I want to see that back above $7. Retesting the V-Wap. CYCC also below the V-Wap, kind of just hovering around the $3 range. So these pre-market gappers have not held the gains. Veru, however, is now trying to make a move to the upside. Just seeing if there's anything else hitting the momentum scanners. Nothing with huge volume. Billy has quite a bit of volume going for it. So I'm just looking at the price spike signals. Nothing. Oh, hang on a minute. That's a spike down. I don't want that one. Right, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's have some music. There we go. Yeah, I had a good day yesterday, Shandon, and it moved up really well, and we were able to take advantage of that. SPY's moving up well today, and the Nasdaq. So let's have a quick look at the SPY on the 1 minute chart. So this is the SPY, so the S&P 500. The SPY represents the S&P 500. For those of you wondering, what am I talking about the SPY for? A spider. So it's the S&P 500. So this is moving up nicely now. We're currently a percentage point up, 1.1% up on the day. So this is index. If you've got index-linked investments, it's having a good day right now, but not as good as the Nasdaq. So the Nasdaq's nearly 2% up, so 1.9%. So it's really rallying right now. So the wider markets are looking bullish at the moment. So keep an eye on the wider markets. I do like a bull market because it does have a knock-on effect in terms of positivity and bull runs on other stocks as well. So yeah, the Nasdaq and the S&P are looking good today, guys. Well, I'm keeping an eye on Veru just because of the potential continuation from yesterday, and I've mapped out some of the highs. Don't know why that doesn't work on the this is a strange one, but because you change time frames, but the lines stay on there and they don't represent where you put them. So I put this on the 15-minute time frame, and it's represented there. So the action is above this trend line. But if I move to the 1-minute time frame, the trend line's up here and the action is down there. So that's just completely weirded me out. No, I don't know why. Oh, that is even more magic. Check that out, guys. So we've got the low here. This is the 1-minute time frame from yesterday. So we had this original pump, then we had the pullback. So the consolidation pullback. We've got the low. It's gone up, consolidated, tested it once, come back again. It's higher lows, and it's come back, and we've just done it there as well. So that is fantastic. So I'll keep that on there, because as long as we're below this trend line, it's very bullish. I like that. Last week was a better week for me than the previous one. Yes, it was, but it was still a red week. So 2 red weeks the last time I had 2 red weeks in a row was probably February last year. Yeah, it's looking quite bullish on Veru. It's held most of its gains, like I say, and when it's come back to form new lows, there've been higher lows, which is a bullish sign. So I'm not too worried right now. As I said before, it needs to stay above 1250. I wanted it to stay green on the day, but just by mapping out this trend line here, it's looking like it might make a move. Watch it come back up and retest the V-Wap here. So this blue line is the volume weighted average price, and it's right now we're trading underneath it, which is downwards trending. But if we look at from this high here, so we're getting higher lows and we're getting lower highs. So that kind of descending triangle means it's got to break one way or the other. If you'll break upwards if we just reach the V-Wap, which I'm pretty confident we will do. Yeah, volume's not great at the minute, which is why I've not traded, because I've not seen any significant volume spikes or volume increases at the moment. And I really want to have a look at Lixt. Whoa, that pumped up. What's the news on this one? Why is this moving? So let's pull this up here. So Lixt Biotech shares are trading higher after the company reported preclinical results of its collaboration with the Netherlands Cancer Institute on anti-cancer activities of its LB100. Okay, I almost read that as Neanderthal Cancer Institute, but I'll go with Netherlands Cancer Institute. My dyslexia doesn't help me at times. Very short, very small float, 3.3 million. So this is going on the watch list. The new one to add to the watch list. Lixt. Now the top gapper, 180% up already. $4 is the level that I want to see it above. 250 is the line in the sand. I'll have a look at that one for you. So this is T2 Biosystems, 4thstreet.com. I don't know why you're pumping this. I had a good day yesterday, but there's no volume today. 50 cents, 54 cents. It moved up from kind of 46 cents. You got an 8 cent swing yesterday, but there's no movement today. No trade in that one today. No volume, no movement, no range. I don't know where you're going to profit on that. You'd have to take about 1 million shares to profit on a 1 cent move there. So, sorry, buddy. Don't want to rain on your parade. I'm only giving this. Remember, this is not financial advice. Only my opinion. It's my stream, so I'm giving my opinion for entertainment and education purposes only. Do not take it as financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. If you take it as financial advice and lose money, don't sue me. Is it a good buy right now? No. I want to see it back above kind of 320. That's the area that we marked out there is the key resistance level. So we're currently at 305s. It's not got great volume at the minute, but this is CYCC. So if we get above 320, if we start to approach 320 when the bell rings, it could be worth taking a punt for the break of 320. But the entry there is the number is 320. We've seen it act as resistance a couple of times. Yeah, so if you look at it on the here, so about 5 or 6 times 320 was resistance. Now we've got a lower high forming there, which is not a very good sign, and the volume's just died off. If you look at where the volume was when it spiked up, and we've just got zero volume right now. So CYCC is not in a good place right now. It's in a downwards trend. If you look where the V-Wap is, it's way below the V-Wap. So it needs to get back up, challenging this 320 resistance and break above it. Maybe pull back and use it as support for a move up towards, and then break the V-Wap. So that's what I would watch CYCC. If you're in CYCC, like I say, this is not financial advice, but I wouldn't trade this below 320. Maybe making a pop. Trying testing the V-Wap again. Getting rejected at the V-Wap again. So what was the 78,000 shares? What's Licks doing? So Licks just trading sideways right now. So it's broke the V-Wap. Now I want it confirmed as support. Oh, but long term, if you're invested long term, and if you've done your fundamental research and you're happy with T2, great. You know. Yeah, Nasdaq's having a really good day today. Nearly 2% up on the day. I don't know where my dog is. Not outside, it's raining. I got caught in the rain. I took her for a walk earlier and got caught in the rain. So it didn't confirm V-Wap as support, but let's see if it confirms this level of 1350. Which has been a key level for us before. Zoom out, we'll see why. See, 1350, it acted as support at 1350 here, and here, then as a resistance level, so, and then again as a resistance here. So we need it to stay above 1350 to be bullish. So 1393 and above on Viru, please, Tony. So 1393, right now, it tested, it got to 1394, but your V-Wap is at 1377. So if it's got to get above 1377, use the V-Wap as support, confirm it as support, and move up. $14. I would never have a level at 1393, for example. 1393 is too close to that psychological level of the whole dollar. So if you're thinking of getting in at 1393, I would wait and see it and wait for the confirmation and the break of $14 with volume. Because if you get in at 1393, the likelihood is it'll move up $7 or $6 cents, 6 or 7 cents, and then get rejected at the whole dollar. And you don't want to do that, because what you're going to get with the spread. What's the spread on Viru right now? We're looking at, my goodness, it's 2-3 cents. So if you get a 7-cent move and your spread's 3 cents, it means you can only profit from 4 cents. It's not worth the risk. I've already done AIM, haven't I? Yeah. It's 121. Slightly down on the day. And 5% down on the day. It's no volume. On the daily, sorry, I'll look at the daily chart for you. Not looking great on the daily either. It's, like I said, with AIM, I spotted this kind of cup and handle formation, which means it might make a run up, but I can't see it's not looking very strong. since September, October last year, it's been selling off. But we're getting a little bit of a cup and handle, which can be a reversal formation. So we're the back end of this handle, part of the cup and handle. So we could get a little bit of a pump, but if you're looking for more than kind of 140s, I think you might be ambitious. We've got resistance here at 130. I've got another lot of resistance at 140. And then again, so every 10 cents, we've got resistance levels. Until we after we get to 150, then the next significant resistance is kind of 170. So we've got 10-cent resistance levels there. Viru's making a pop though. Zoom back in. So now I'm interested in Viru. You see what we got there? Who was I talking about before? So user 315. This huge volume spike that we got it came down, it broke that the V-Wap, but then it broke $14, and that's when we get this volume spike here. We're getting a huge lot of volume coming back down. People actually selling, but we've got a bit of a bears versus bulls fight here. So I'm watching this now for the test as support at 380. This needs to bounce at 380, which is where the V-Wap is. So now we need to get a move up. So this is what's known as a V-Wap bounce. We did get a little bit of a bull flag set up here, but we didn't get much of a ability to jump in there because that would have been risky just below the V-Wap. So really you wanted to be buying that above the V-Wap. So now 1425, as I mapped out earlier, is a key level on Viru as well. As you can see, 1425 has been acted as resistance here, a number of times over here. So 1425 is an important level as well. So next candle to make a new high. The high of this candle is $14. So let's see the break of $14. Oh, just done it. Take a starter position there. Give it 10 cents. What do we get in? 14.10. I'll give it 20 cents. I'm just giving it 20 cents. I'm not sure if this will work because it's pre-market. So try my hotkeys. It's not going to work. Hotkeys. Okay, we'll just give it 20 cents. Pull back. So we're going to be very tight with our risk today. That's an ambitious goal, Shando. For 4,200, realistically, you want to be looking at setting yourself a goal of 5%. If you can do 20%, great. But I think that's very ambitious. That's very ambitious. I mean, I did 140% yesterday, so here's me talking about, 5%. But you want more, but you want to target yourself on a realistic goal. And if you target yourself on a daily goal of 5% gains, and be happy with 5% or more. Yeah, I had a good weekend there, Fran. I wasn't feeling it last week, and then over the weekend I just chilled out, relaxed, watched a good football game on the Sunday, and yeah, feel in a better place mentally, Fran. So that's a big difference, and one of the biggest obstacles in trading is the mental element, is the psychological game. So if you're not at it psychologically, then you're likely to lose money. And I've not been at it psychologically for about two weeks, whereas I'm feeling a lot better in myself today. Oh, this week, since the weekend, I just kind of chilled out over the weekend. That's okay then. So, because I thought you had a 4K balance, not makes sense. So yeah, 800 is realistic. So what's that, about 7.5%? 12K balance, you're looking at 600, so 800 is a third of that, so about 13% ish, give or take. If my back of the beer maths is right. I want to see it stay above the V-Wap. We've got 15 minutes to the bell. Have a look at what Lixt is doing. It's selling off. PCDA selling off. NTNM below the V-Wap. That's below the V-Wap. So 14.25. What's my position for the day, Kangaroos? Well, right now we're $200 down at the moment, but we're looking to change that. Starting with $10,000 equity today. It's not good. I prefer it to be $200 up rather than $200 down. But the first trade, we looked we were looking for this kind of pullback. Next candle to make a new high was for a bit of a bull flag, if you will, which was this one, and then it reversed, and we gave it 20 cents. we just put, we risked 20 cents on. We want to put 1,000 shares. We risked 20 cents on the move, so that's $200, and that's why. So we just got out disciplined, but it did break out, but we didn't get the volume follow through. So occasionally you get that, you get faked out. We got faked out quite a bit yesterday. It was a particular pre-market, and then it just lined up, and towards lunchtime it was going absolutely bananas for us. It was great. And BCDA is not held up its gains much at all. Still 23% up on the day, but it's pretty much sold off. Same with PYCC. Popped up over $4, and now it's struggling to stay above $3. So ATNM not looking the strongest right now, consolidating sideways. 660 really is the line we don't want it to go below. Nice to get back above 720s. What was the initial spike? The initial spike was 750, so that could be interesting. Okay, but Viru seems to be the one that's catching most people's attention. Have a look at ISA or the chat. ISA is not looking great at all. It moved up yesterday. No, it moved up last week and then sold off. It gapped up last week and then sold off. I'm looking at it on the daily. I don't know why it gapped up, whether that was earnings or something, but it's gapped down again last week after its gap up, and it's looking very weak. I've just put this on the daily chart. See, it's looking very weak. It was around the kind of 240s up to, it had a bit of a rally. Then it gapped up and sold off and continued to sell off, and it's continuing to sell off. So it's 240s again. So ISIS, let's zoom out and see what. No, it's not really doing much at all. It's not. I don't like that chart at all. Normally, when you get these kind of double tops here with this W here, they kind of break upwards, but this didn't really. So yeah, I'm not overly excited about ACER at the moment. Universal Security Insurance. So this is fives. This is just gapped up. Why is it gapping up? That's a good question. Oh yes, I made money yesterday. Kangaroos. Universal Security Instruments merger partner Infinity Reality to acquire entertainment conglomerate Rect Global in an all-stock deal. So that's why that's gapping up. Let's have a look at the key data on this as well. 2 million float, small float. So yeah, watch this space. We've got 8 minutes to the bell. Do I trade the Nasdaq? I don't trade derivatives. I'll invest in index-linked I'll invest in derivatives, but I won't trade them on an intraday basis. So Nasdaq's it had a really good pump, and then it's coming back down again at the minute. It's 1.5% up on the day, but it was almost 2%, so it's dropped 0.5% in the last half an hour, which is not a good sign. The Nasdaq, let's zoom in. So yeah, it peaked up here, and then it's dropped. So this is the triple Q, which represents the Nasdaq. Next didn't hold its gains. Concerning. That's not held its gains. I said 660 was the line in the stand. That's where we got support before. So really want to see it holding 660s. BCBA didn't hold its gains. Vuru's looking. CYCC didn't hold its gains, down at under $3 now. It went up and tried and tested that 320 area again, rejected again. So I don't know who was it in the chat that was talking about CYCC at 318s. It went up and got to 319 and was rejected at 320 again. So that's below $3 again. Yeah, Veru's the one that's, well, it's not gapping up as much as I would like it to be gapping up for me to trade it. It's the one that's got, from a continuation perspective from yesterday, it's the one that's got the most attention. What do I use to find your stop gappers? I use this right in the middle of your screen there. You can see this here. It's Benzinga Pro, and I use this. So I've got my scanners. So what you're seeing here is my gap scanner, and what you're seeing here is my momentum scanner. I've got surging scanners, I've got alerts, and I've got news as well, which you can see on YouTube and Twitch and the likes, but you can't see it on TikTok. There's just not enough room to show it on TikTok. But yeah, I get my scanners from Benzinga. That's where I find my stocks to trade. How much capital do I trade with to make a feasible profit? It depends. So normally I would start a month with about $30,000, which I did this month. I'm currently trading, well, yesterday I started, for this week, I started with a little over $4,000. We had a really good day yesterday, so we're starting today with $10,000. So, you know, I did a challenge in February where I took $5,000, just under $5,000 account, and finished February $74,000 in profit. So we had an equity balance of $79,000 at the end of February, 19 trading days. So the challenge again this month is to do it in 15 trading days, from 4,000 to 30,000. If you want to try these out for 14 days, pillowcase. You go through to, if you go through to, in a minute. Yeah. If you go through to my profile and the link, there's a link to Benzinga scanners there. and you can get 40. You click on that link, you can get 14 days free with that. Hey Darren, how you getting on? The good news is that we moved up. We tested the V-Wap, was rejected, but we found support at 1350. When we broke the V-Wap, we found resistance at 1425, but we found support at the V-Wap. Resistance again at 1425, and then it's come all the way back down twice. Resistance up there at 1425, that $0.25 level, and it's come back down and found support at 1350 again. So these key levels, and it's finding resistance at the V-Wap. So we're getting key levels here, and as soon as we break above that 1425, I can see we can get above. We can go on a run to above $15. We've got a minute to the open. And to be fair, I don't mind the stock that's below that. I do kind of like a stock that's below the V-Wap as we go into the open, providing it's gapping up and it's retained most of its gains. If it's had that consolidation pullback, the V-Wap's a good entry point for when it starts to move upwards. You don't buy the first candle, the first push up, unless it's got really good momentum and it breaks a key level of resistance. What you do is you wait for it to break the V-Wap and then pull back and test the V-Wap as support and then go on and move upwards. So just watch that at the open. We've got 30 seconds to the open. So just watch that with Veru. We might get a little bit of a sell-off, or we'll get a push up to the V-Wap and then a pull back and use it as support. So just watch the V-Wap as a key area here. We've got 15 seconds to the open. Yes, you can, Jack. Yes, you can. If you check out the link and go through there, you can subscribe. It gives you real-time data, but you have to pay for it, Jack. I think the cheapest one's about $100 a month, $150 or something like that. $150 gives you the level 2 data and everything else, which is the one I would recommend. Let's change my scanners to the regular market. Oh, we watch Veru from its opening range. I'm looking for some movement. Don't mind waiting for the first 5 minutes for something to show up. Let the opening range pan out. Sometimes it's better not to trade the first 5 minutes. It's extremely volatile. Just let the market decide which way it wants to go. You can see with the SPY and with the Nasdaq and the S&P are selling off right now in a very similar format to what we're getting with Veru here. We're getting AT&M selling off. CYCC, it's below $3 now. We're getting Licked, which is the one that just popped up, is now below 250. So there's a lot of red at the moment. The high opening range high is 30.65. Just happens to be where the V-Wap is as well. Want to see it break the V-Wap? Yeah, we're getting a lot of red. Yes, TradingView has a free paper trading option, but it's delayed data as well. If you want live data, live market data, you've got to subscribe to TradingView as well. What size trading account would you need to make, let's say, £200 a week? So we'll say pounds because you're obviously in pounds. You want to be looking at £200 a week, so that's $40 a day, based on 5 days a week on average. So you want to be looking at $8,000 buying power. So you can get 2,000. If you've got a 4x, 4 times leverage from your broker, you can get away with $2,000 and have $200 as your daily goal, weekly goal. Well, I couldn't disappoint you, Alistair. I mean, 40 bucks a day, you can do that with a small account. You should be able to do that with a reasonably small account. I wouldn't advise day trading anything less than $1,000. You can start with 500. That's where you really start to get, you can get leverage from a broker with 500 or more, but not really anything above that. So we're just watching the volatility scanners. AT&M is making a comeback. Not. SBFM's up. That old chestnut. So SBFM's up at 447s. So we're rejected at the V-Wap on Veru. Let's hold the line. Got this opening range. Now, want to see above the V-Wap. The Licked is about to test $3. OCG is just hitting the scanners. Not low volume, no, it's not huge volume. $320 is an important level here. But I got that order in before it halted. So Lixt has just halted up. Okay, let's have a look at Viru. What are we doing on Viru? So that's down at 1271. So I want to see Viru breaking this level of 30 quarter level 3075 now before I'm interested. Otherwise, we'll just look for a particular setup. Needs to get back up above the 1350s really. ATM, no. Triple U. Who was it that called this one out earlier? So $6 this needs to be above. That's Universal Security Instruments. Indonesian Energy is making a surge on low volume, so I'm not going to trade that just yet. I'm just going to keep an eye on Lixt, which is now 210% up, 212% up on the day. We're in for 2,500 shares, and we're $600 unrealized at the moment. You're wondering why I got in here for the break of 320? I'll just zoom out a little bit. You can see here that the resistance previously was 320. So that's why I entered for this consolidation resistance here at 320. And it's gone up into a halt. So it's showing that it's going, the level 2 is showing that it's going to gap up to 350. Currently 343, but it looks like it's going to resume at 350. Should resume at 42.10. So we've got another 2 minutes left. So this is Lixt, L-I-X-T, Lixt Biotech, Lixty Biotech. And it's moving up on the back of company reported preclinical results of its collaboration with the Netherlands Cancer Institute on anti-cancer activity with LB100. Now, SBFM moved up from about this kind of level last week on cancer clinical trials news. So let's see what Lixt does for us today. I've got a stop in. I've got 2,500 shares at the moment. Our average cost is 325. Current price is 343. It's looking like it's going to resume in the 350s. I've put a stop at 330, just in case it does decide to pull back a bit. So I'll get a little bit of profit out of this at the worst case scenario. Get 5 cents at least. So 5 cents at 2,500 shares. Not bad. $125. Guys, come on, give me some likes. We've not even got 1,000 likes in the chat yet. Already market open. And it's at 5 seconds. Next halt is 420, and we just halted it there as well. Oh, false halt. 449 is the next halt. So we're only in for 2,500 shares at the minute. We just locked in $1,000 worth of profit. We're in for this. What broker do I use? Capital Markets Elite Group. No halt till 74 now. So $4 is my stop. Pulls back to $4, we get out. What did Veru do? Veru sold off. AGLA is come on, hitting the gap scanners. I'll have a look at that in a minute. So we got it. Okay, so happy days. We're over $1,000 up in 10 minutes, 15 minutes. That's not bad, is it? 6K profit today, Shando. Great stuff. Well done. Well done. Well, I'm a little bit behind. I've a grand profit at the moment, 1,000 profit at the moment. So the high of this one is 429. $429. Want to see an increase in volume. Let's have a look at Nagel. That pops up as well. What's the news on? There's quite a few biotechs being busy at the minute. That's selling off. So I want to go back to Lixt. This is 280% up already today. $0.50. That's great. It's not what I wanted. Give me a second, guys, and I'll redo this. Well, you get to see me do this. So, I need to create my workspace all over again. That wasn't ideal. So, movers. Give me a second. I'll be with you in a second. I'm just fixing these scanners. They've all just gone to cock right now. So I'll just. What a pain. This is what happens when you've got this many different windows open at the same time. Experiencing technical difficulties. There we go. Now you're taking a minute. Oh well, that's fine. I don't have to worry about that. Ah, so we missed the breakout here. That's all right. Technical difficulties. $5. Technology is wonderful when it works. Okay. Everybody see everything again? Yeah, low float trader, that's right. Low float stocks. So let's have a look at where Viru's gone. It's down. Whoa. Fell off at the open. That's not great. I did say 14.25. It had to be above 14.25 and hold that 13.50. We had this opening range here, so on this high here, 13.65, and it's never got back above it. So that looks like it's topped out yesterday. That's not coming back from that. At least I don't think it is. My opinion, I'm not a financial advisor. Why I didn't try that. BCDA is looking to try and make a move upwards. Needs to be above $3. Licks back down at $4. Oh my good lord. Our old friend SBFM. Made this move. Look at it on the 5 minute, it's very clean. Look at that on the 5 minute chart. It's now getting resistance at that $0.75 level. But Lixt and SBFM are the ones that I'm watching right now. So Peachy Plays, the answer is Capital Markets Elite. I use 2 brokers primarily. I've got accounts with about 5 or 6 different brokers. Most of them I don't use. But I've got accounts with Interactive Brokers, and I've got accounts with Capital Markets Elite. Now, I get more leverage with Capital Markets Elite Group, which is why I use them for my active day trading accounts, and I use Interactive Brokers for swing trading, for my value investing, and my longer term investing, and I also trade options with Interactive, as opposed to with I'm not even sure you can trade options with capital markets. I'll have a look. Not sure you can. It's not so much it's a good resistance, which is why I tell everybody to map out the key areas of support and resistance pre-market. And those that act as both in terms of your entry points and your exit points and your add points and things like that. These levels are key. It's psychological levels for anybody that's trading them. I'm not setting the. I'm just trying to pull up my watch list. I apologise for the flashing that's going on right now. There we go. It's funny because Lixt is doing exactly what the SPY is doing right now. Look at that. That's the SPY, and that's Lixt. It's copying the SPY. You don't normally see low float stocks copy the SPY like that. Right. This makes an to the upturn where the Nasdaq is right now. Oh no, it's copying the Nasdaq and not the SPY. Otherwise, if it continues to move, it looks like it's copying the SPY, not the Nasdaq. Yeah, it's replicating the SPY. Interesting. Viru, yeah. It could come back, but it needs to get back green on the day. I don't see much hope in Viru at all today. It needs to be back above $12, $12.50 really. Look at the lines that I drew out pre-market. Where are they on the 5 minute? So this line here, it respected it. I'll just zoom out. We can see what was going on here. So this from yesterday, I don't know if you can all see this, but this from yesterday was the initial pump, the consolidation pullback. We had the low of that consolidation pullback. We had another lower high, and then it could pull back to this trend line. Then when it moved up out of hours, it pulled back to this trend line. It moved up to new highs, pulled back to this trend line. So it's been continuing to pull back to this trend line, and then at the open, it just sold off and broke straight through it. So that's it was expected up until the open. So it would really need to make a comeback. So this is the 5 minute chart, and it's every candle is red at the minute. So we're down below 11.20, 11.30 now. So $13 is really what you should be looking at. $12.50 at least $12.50. Got to get above 12.25 just to get green on the day. So it's got to be above 12.50 for us to have another look at it. But Lixt, let's see if we can get some money out of Lixt. At this rate, $1,000. I'm happy with that right now. Could break $5 on Lixt. It could go again. All right, this is 488. Right, what else is moving? Lixt is the one that's moving the most. Last 15 minutes. NT&M just sold off. CYCC sold off. Well, Veru is still 12% up on the day. No, it's not. Can't be. 7% down on the day. That needs to be regular. That's why. Indonesian Energy. Let's have a look at Indo. Not much in the way of movement. Not much in the way of volume. I mean, the tape isn't hardly moving. So it's moved up on zero volume. Yeah, we're having a difficult time identifying any momentum stocks right now. So Lixt is probably the best one. I'm waiting for the break of highs. I'm waiting for $5. I want it to break $5. And get $5 on volume. Right. Otherwise, not for me. Can you automate a trailing stop loss? Yes, you can. It depends on what scripts you put into. If you're doing if you do it with hotkeys, or you can put it, you can do it on them. You can build it on your montage, but it takes a little bit longer. So if you put scripts in your hotkeys, you can actually put in there. You can automate your hotkeys so that you can put it in whatever your position is, or even half your position with a trailing stop loss. So you position times 0.5 and trailing stop loss of say 25 cents or 20 cents or whatever it is that you want to do. So yeah, Jack, you can automate a trailing stop loss. You can automate any kind of stop loss. Lemonade is up 5% in the last few minutes. Not huge volume though. That's what's missing right now is volume. I need some volume. Right, let's draw a little ray line here. Let's see if we can break this ray line. We've got this $4 support level, which is looking fairly strong right now. But if this top keeps descending, it then becomes one of these flat bottoms with this descending wedge, and that's kind of bearish as well, and usually breaks downwards. So I want to see it break 475. No problem, Jack. It depends on the platform you're on, because sometimes you can. Some platforms don't allow you to do a trailing stop loss even, which I think is a bit backwards, and you have to adjust it manually. So getting a few moves up, but nothing on good volume. That's the problem that we've got right now, is the lack of volume. When I say lack of volume, I mean Lixt Biotech is huge volume. It's 78 million shares traded already this morning, which I find absolutely phenomenal when you consider the size of the float as well. I mean, this just doesn't make sense when you think about it. Talk about a fluid stock. We're nearly 80 million shares traded, and it's only a 3.3 million share float. So 30 times over, nearly. This has been traded almost 30 times. The float's been recycled almost 30 times already. I mean, go figure. That's lit. Okay, next candle to make a new high with volume is what we look for here in this kind of setup. It's diverged from the SPY. It was following the SPY for a little while, and then it's diverged from the SPY now. Yeah, VRU's now under $11. I would expect that to drop below 10 now. I'll probably sell off below $10 now. Why didn't my scanners pick what up earlier? Clicks. Because I've set my scanners to filter out. If you're asking about why my scanners didn't pick up licks earlier, it's because I've set my scanners to filter out anything less than $3 a share. And the reason for that is I don't get leverage on when you're trading a small account, you want to make use of your leverage. So I don't get leverage on anything less than $2, and I only get 2x or between $2 and $3. So it's difficult for me to make profits unless we're getting big range moves on anything that that is less than $3. So I filter out stocks less than $3. And when I look at the 5-minute chart, for example, this pumped from 118s all the way up to 380 in a very short space of time, and it hit the scanners. So I've been watching it since it pulled back from this. So we picked up the scanners there, but I've been watching it since it pulled back, and we got in here. So we watched this consolidation level here at 320, the consolidation resistance. So when it broke that after the bell, that's why we entered at 320. So the scanners did pick it up once it had made a move, and that's the problem with anything, is that you really want confirmation. You don't want to be jumping in on news as it's released. So I would have seen that. I could have seen that news being released on the rolling ticker, but if the market reacts to that in the wrong way, then there's no trade for me. So I really want to see the volume come in and trade in a particular direction before I take the trade. So yeah, that's why the scanners didn't pick it up early, because it made a very quick move in a very short space of time pre-market. If I just zoom out on the 1 minute, you'll see exactly how quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes. It popped up, and it hit the 3 minute. Hit my scanners at. It hit my scanners at 8:34, and it pulled back at 8:35. So I had a minute to take advantage of that handle, but I just waited for the consolidation resistance and got in there instead. I could have, if my scanners hadn't done this, I could have, this lovely flat top. Let's just zoom into there and I'll show you guys. We got the pullback, and then we got this lovely flat top formation here at 427, 430, and we got tested it a number of times before it finally broke out and went up. So we have this, ascending wedge with this flat top pattern. So that flat top was a lovely breakout, and I missed it because I was messing about with my scanners. Do I do live event every day before the market opens every day? So I won't be doing it on Friday, simply because it's Good Friday. I'll be late tomorrow, and it's down as 1 o'clock, but it's probably going to be 2 o'clock tomorrow before I'm live. So probably be a half an hour before the market opens tomorrow that I'm live, because I've got to be somewhere at 1:30. So there's 2 more trading days after today, Wednesday and Thursday. I'll be cancelling. I put Friday in there by accident when I was doing them all. I forgot it was Good Friday, so I'll be cancelling Fridays after this stream. Yeah, looks like right now, and this is what the market's giving me, and I'm happy with it. My goal before the market opened was $500, so we've doubled the goal. So we're $1,000 up. I would say Viru did us dirty, but I'm not going to say that because it did us very well yesterday. If this breaks $4, it really needs to bounce on the V-Wap. getting good support at $4. Morning routine, Josh. I didn't know you were in the States. Well, while we're waiting for that to consolidate, it's Barocca time. 15 minutes. Canada, yeah. Matrimony con. Well, you're always welcome here. And if you want to, if you don't know how to trade and you want to know how to trade, my first piece of advice is don't. Most people who get involved in trading the stock market lose money. 85% of people that trade the stock market lose money in the long term. So be very careful before you even consider putting any money into the markets. And if you are going to put money in the markets, and what I've said today is not persuading you not to, only put in what you can afford to lose, because 85% of people that put money in the stock markets lose money. And you will be no different. I was no different, and you'll be no different. So just bear that in mind, that you will lose money in the stock markets. However, most people that put money into the stock markets do so with a gambling mindset. They don't have a strategy. And I was one of those people, not so much a gambling mindset, but I didn't have a proven, tried and trusted strategy that I could trade the markets with. So you can see that what I'm talking about here and all the patterns that I'm talking about and the setups and the breakouts that I'm looking for. If you want to learn how to do that, I'll just click on I'll just click on this for now. So if you click on this, that's my little face, or swipe left even, and it will bring you to a TikTok page. On that TikTok page is my profile, and there's a little thing here called the TikTok Trader. If you click on the TikTok Trader, it will bring you to the tree. And if you click on the tree, this is a bunch of links here. So the first one is my course that I created for you guys, based on you guys requesting me to mentor you or teach you my strategies. And I didn't do that originally, but you guys, popular demand is probably the best way of describing it. So due to popular demand, I put this course together. I've got a few people on it already that are finding it very useful. They're already spotting the patterns and the entries and exit points, and it's proving useful for them. And it's a proven, tried and trusted strategies that can, not saying they will, there's no guarantees, but they can help you become profitable day trading. And the reason I say they can as opposed to they will is because the huge part of it is down to you, which is discipline. And it's the mental capacity. Now, if you click on this first link here, it brings you through to the course. And I'm not asking you to break the bank for it, but I put a lot of time into recording the lectures. There's over 17 hours of lecture material here. It's this is the syllabus that you'll get. So you get an introduction to trading. You can actually watch this video live on YouTube today. If you want to go to YouTube, Introduction to Trading, I think it's pinned to the top of my YouTube channel. I'm streaming live on YouTube every day as well as on TikTok. The next lesson is risk management, and you need to be disciplined around risk management to be a profitable trader. If you don't have any risk management strategies, you're going to lose money. Then you want to know what I'm looking for when it comes to stocks. What are the criteria when it comes to stock selection? Again, it's another form of risk management, but you want the best stocks that have the best potential to make parabolic moves, or at least big range moves with the most reliability. So I go through stock selection. I look at charts, what we're looking for in charts, how to set up your charts, understanding what triggers are, what windows are, where the opportunities are within the charts. Then I'm looking for the chart patterns. So I tell you and show you with some real examples of what chart patterns I like to trade and what I'm looking to get from them. Then I look at the actual strategies themselves, intraday trading strategies. There's a number of trading strategies. It's not just one trading strategy that I use. There are a number of different trading strategies depending on what time of day I'm trading. Then comes the probably stock scanning as well. Now, I use Benzinga, and you can see Benzinga on the thing there. But I use Benzinga. There's nothing stopping you using FinViz or any other. TradingView has a screener which is, I think it's FinViz embedded, but you can use Yahoo Finance, or there's a lot of different screeners out there, and some you don't have to pay for. But just be aware, the ones that you don't have to pay for, the free ones, they are delayed data by at least 15 minutes. You will have to pay for live data on the screeners. Now, if you're looking for gap and go, or you're looking for pre-market gappers, that's not a problem. But if you're looking for momentum stocks as they start to move, which is what I do after the opening bell, then you really need live data. And I can't praise Benzinga enough. I swear by it, and I use it every single day. Then comes probably the most difficult thing, is your psychological element of trading, the trading game, if you will, trade management, the psychological, and this is down to discipline. This is down to you. Not everybody is hardwired to be a day trader. Not everybody can manage risk, both in terms of the emotional piece. Not everybody, even I struggle with it sometimes, as we saw last week. Just holding a position and trading your trade, even when it looks like it's going against you, it takes a lot of discipline. And you need to be very disciplined to be a profitable day trader. Then we get into the technical elements, kind of how to read level 2, what is level 2, the ticker type, hotkeys, how I use hotkeys, hot buttons even. Then trading as a business. If you're going to make money on a daily basis, on a regular basis, and trade as a business, as part of your income, or even your main income, like myself, then you want to have a business plan. And there's a business plan template in there. There's a 3-month 30, 60, 90 template in there for you to use. Then we start getting a bit more advanced in terms of technical indicators. And there's also options trading as well. So yeah, that's a whole bunch of material for you to get access to there, and it's going to cost you $120 a month plus tax. So it's showing there as $146, simply because, well, I'm in Ireland and the tax added onto the $120, it comes up at $146. Depending on where you sat, it'll work out less or more accordingly. So it's $120 plus tax. If you want to go for 3 months, I'm adding content to it on a regular basis as well. But if you want to go for longer, you get longer. And if you want to see that I am profitable, keep scrolling down. I've got my TradingView reports, which gives the statistics of my performance over, I think that's November, December, and January. I'll be adding February and March shortly. And I've got the broker statements that correspond to those TradingView reports, journal reports. So that shows that I'm profitable. So if you want to go into my link, the first one on there, that's that course. Get in there, get signed up, and learn how to trade. If you want to know how I find the stocks, and obviously the tutorial in the course as well. But you can actually go to Benzinga, it's the second one down. You can try it for free, 14 days. And you can do a lot of free scanners out there, but Benzinga I find is far superior than a lot of them. I think Trade Ideas is another good one, but again, that's even more expensive. But Benzinga for me is invaluable. That's where I get all of my trade ideas, all my signals, all my alerts in real time, and I use that. As I just mentioned my trading journal, TraderView, that's there as well. I analyze my trades every day before I do a trade recap on YouTube and occasionally on TikTok. But in order to do that, I analyze the trade, and I analyze it in trading, the statistics around the trade, and then I also analyze my performance over a day or over a week, etc., etc. And then TradingView is great for charting. Anybody that's asking me what platform am I trading on, it's Dash Trader. That's this one here. Dash Trader is the platform that I'm trading on. This is where I execute all my trades. This is where I buy and sell stock. It's Dash Trader Pro, and it's great. It's a direct access software. Funnily enough, that's what the acronym stands for, but it's a direct access software. You get the full, I get the full total view data for the New York Stock Exchange, so the Nasdaq, the NYSE, the Dow, etc., the S&P, all of those are included. I don't trade the pink sheets, so Paul's asking me if I ever trade any of the low value tickers like Histo. No, I don't. It's simple answer. As I said earlier, the reasons I filter out stocks below $3, one is because of they are more prone to manipulation. I know it's illegal, but they can be more prone to manipulation, low value stocks. But also, I don't get the leverage to be able to avail of or capitalize on a 5-cent move. So a 5-cent move on a 50-cent stock is 10%. So to get a 5-cent move and make it a profitable one, you really need to take a lot of big size in terms of shares. But if it's 50 cents and it goes down 5 cents, you can lose a lot of money as well. So it's just another way that I manage my risk is I don't trade those lower float stocks, those lower cap stocks below $3. I'm not saying that's the way everybody should go. I know some people that are very profitable with those. And if you've got a small account with no leverage, you're kind of forced to trade those stocks anyway. But I don't. Now, if you do want to trade with somebody else's money, like a prop firm, you can trade with TradeNet Academy. TradeNet will fund you. They will share the risk, is what they will do. They will give you a fully funded active account up to $80,000, but they will split the risk with you 50-50. So they will put a predetermined 5% risk factor in there. You can't lose more than 5%. So in this case, you can't lose, I think it's $80,000, you can't lose more than $4,000. If you do, they liquidate your position. But you put 2,700 up, they'll put 1,300 up. So if you lose $4,000, they're losing 1,300, you're losing 2,700. So you've got skin in the game. They have a similar setup with crypto. It's up to $60,000 active account, and it's much cheaper. I think with that one, I think it's like $1,500. I think off the top of my head. But yeah, those check out the links in my link tree, particularly the course. I put a lot of time into that, and I will be continuing to put a lot more time into it. So feel free and learn how to trade with Tony. That's me being a complete shill and seller. For anyone that wants to know. Do I trade the Dow and Nasdaq? So the question there is do I trade the indexes? No, because the indexes are derivatives. So if, like today, for example, the indexes moved, Nasdaq moved 2%. So to take advantage of that 2%, you have to take huge leverage, at least 20-25% times leverage to take advantage of that. And secondly, the moves are not going to be anywhere near what are making up that derivative. So, for example, if we look at Lixt Biotech, which is what's on the screen right now, Lixt Biotech was over 200%, 250% at one stage, or nearly 300%, I think it was at one stage. So it went up to $5. So for me to trade something that moves like 300% is much easier with less leverage, and I can get the parabolic moves than it is trying to take advantage of a 2% move across a given day. So no, I don't trade the Nasdaq. I invest in index-linked funds. Long term, I invest in some of the S&P. I've got a portfolio of about 6 different, it's actually 7 now, but high cap stocks that are on the S&P 500. But that's me value investing long term. So when you're looking at day trading, that's not got to be your only source of income. You've got to take your gains from day trading and make those gains continue to work for you, because otherwise it's got to sit in your bank and lose money. So you may as well put those into swing trades and long-term investments, whether that be in crypto. I've not looked at crypto today. Who would like me to look at crypto? So whether it be long-term investments like crypto and other investments. So let's have a look at Bitcoin. Okay. That's XRP. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's not looking great. Oh, that's Bitcoin market cap, that's why. That's not looking great anyway. This is Coinbase. Yeah, so we're below $40. That is $40,000. That is very bearish. Not looking good. That's the 1 hour time frame. Let's look at it on the 4 hour time frame. Yeah, we've been up here for 47, 48,000 up here, beginning of the month, last week I think it was. And yeah, that's not good. Sorry to say. So we're back under 40,000. So we need the bulls to step in and start buying that up again. So crypto's not looking great. Yeah, Vera's done. I said Vera was done about half an hour ago, something like that. Yeah, Vera's down at $10 now. It wouldn't surprise me if it sells off below $10, if I'm honest. That's that Q. Psych. Yeah, looks to be done. We're just looking for some more movement. We need. This looks like pretty much we're all done. ATM. Let me just have a look at my. I've got a lot of red on my watch list now, which isn't great. Veru's down at minus 14%, minus 11%. Sorry, it's testing 11. but it's done. It would have to have a pretty good red to green move to not to be done. So, where are we, guys? Let's have a look. I'm not going to trade something just for the sake of trading. That's what's got me into trouble in the past. So, if there's nothing else, I'll have a quick run round. Etienne, right, okay. 650, 658, 660. Yeah, 660. If Etienne breaks 660, I'm interested. It's got to get back above the V-Wap. Why am I interested? Why is 660 relevant? Because that's the opening range high. That's the high of the day. As far as the opening market's concerned, 660 is the high of day so far. So if this breaks 660, I might be interested in trading it, but I'd need to see an increase in volume. And Dole went up, selling off again. Yeah, everything's sold off. So I'm just gonna delete some of these off my, so they don't distract me. SPFM, it's coming back up. It's going to try and make another run toward the try and get green again. Keep an eye on that one. I know that can move. Triple U, which was universal security, just didn't do anything from the open. Let's look at the 5 minute. That's shocking. It popped up. That's a pump and dump. That's pump and dump for sure. That is. Universal security just pumped up there and then sold off. Everybody that joined in on the way up was panicking, trying to get out, and it sold off. So a lot of bag holders there. Peru, not looking good at all. I'm keeping on the list just in case it makes a change in an hour or so, because that's what it really started moving after 11 yesterday, 11 market time. But in the meantime, let's have a look at crude. Why is this just popped up? Hey baby, do you want a treat? Would you like a treat? I've got a treat for you. The TikTok stream's been very stingy with the likes today. Well, I got 1,000 likes today, but you can have a treat anyway, okay? There you go, baby. Shares of companies in the broader tech sector are trading higher amid overall market strength as investors react to March inflation data. A drop in the US Treasury yields has also helped lift the sector. So that's why Troops is moving up, apparently. Let's have a look at it on the 5 minute. On the 1 minute, sorry. Just looking at it on the 5 minute. F21. This is 56% up on the day. The right place to have got in this one would probably have been about here. $4.50. 5:15. Time does the market open Irish time, and what time does it close? What if you don't get to trade out before it closes? Right, okay, so it opens at 2:30 market. The market opens at 2:30 p.m. Irish time, and it's open till 9 p.m. And if you don't get to trade it before it closes, if you've got a broker that allows you to trade it out of hours, you can trade it in the morning or you can trade it after hours. I wouldn't advise trading after hours though. Trading pre-market is much easier than trading post-market. Post-market is we get a lot of news catalysts and they pump up. You'll see them on the momentum scanners, and you'll try and buy in, and then they'll just sell off again. Trading post-market can be deadly, and it's very low volume. But yeah, I mean, it depends. If you've got a 9 to 5, you can get in at 5 p.m. It's lunchtime in East Coast, so you finish work and trade the last couple of hours. Power hours can be a decent time to trade, which is 8 till 9 p.m. Irish time. Yeah, so at the moment we're almost 1,100 net profit. We're over 1,100 in trade profit and loss, and I'm just going to take that. That's what the market's giving me. I'm going to take the dog for a walk if it's stopped raining. If it's not, then I'll just let her out and she can go under the bushes. But looks like that's what the market's giving me today. Oh, hang on a minute. We're getting a bit of a turnaround here. ATNM. Nice. Complete red to green move. We missed it. Missed that break of $7. We wanted that break of $7. Okay, let's look for a pullback. This was on the list. This was on the pre-market watch list. Pre-market gap and go. Now it's sold off, and now it's doing a red to green. So ideally, we would have got in here at 650, 660. I said 660 as well earlier. Anybody that was listening to me, I did say 660, ready for the break of the V-Wap. Now we're looking at $7 to be held as a support. I like that the pullback is on lower volume. Looking at 740. Oh, mind? Yeah, all the energy stocks seem to be moving up at the moment. Big Mars. This one is 705. I'm looking for a potential bull flag set up here. It's made the move up, so I'm looking for the next green candle to make a new high, which currently is 705. Lixt is making a bit of a U-turn as well. We might get some afternoon action here today. Give it 10 cents. Yeah, no, didn't follow through. Okay. That's risk management for you. We're still good, but it looks like we might get some action this afternoon. Now, I know I need to take you. I'll get to you in a minute. Okay, Brent crude. Let's have a look. $106. Yeah, it's moving up. It's on the 4 hour. Let's have a look at on the 5 minute. Ah, it's looking good on the 5 minute. Intraday moves. Yeah, if you're well, I say it's looking good. The fact that it's up $106 a barrel is it's not good for the people who have a car or can't afford to heat their homes. So it's great if you're trading it, but it's not so good if you need energy, because that means the prices are going to be going up. But yeah, I might watch that, Jack. Could be interesting. Yeah, 720. Well, we've been up beyond that. If you look at the 5 minute, for example, so Paul's saying that this one's got resistance. So I was looking at get rid of that. So we got resistance kind of 710 there, also shown there, but I didn't expect it anymore to kind of set the $0.50 level, because we've got resistance levels here on the 5 minute pre-market. It tapped $8 pre-market, so getting a little bit of support here at kind of 690 level. Robert, support there now. Anything else moving before I close the stream? Let's have a look at True again. This is making a move back up. A little bit too late to do it when we saw it last time, so Thought you were up to mischief. It's okay. I didn't want you. I just thought you were up to mischief. You're quiet. You thought you were up to mischief, baby. Okay, we'll go for a walk in a minute. Oh, I missed that bull flag. Ah, never mind. Nice little bounce on the V-Wap there. So the high of this one is 35. $22. 49. Wait. 25 now. I sometimes talk to myself all the time. I talk to the dog. If the dog wasn't here, I'd probably get carried away for being insane. I only got the dog so people wouldn't think I'm insane for talking to myself. But then again, I have to talk to myself. It's either that or I'll talk to deity because, forced to talk to an intellectual equal. Who else am I going to talk to? Well, I think if anyone that chooses day trading as a career has to have a little bit of a screw loose. Enjoy the flight. Have a safe flight. Enjoy New York, Alistair. Have a pint at the airport for me. That flush caught me unawares. Ah. Didn't like that. So we're just getting faked out on these flag breakouts. They're not breaking out for us. So we had the move up there, then it went like 5 cents or whatever it was. So we've got 14. Yeah, we've got 5 cents. So I couldn't really take profit at 5 cents. And it's a 3 cent spread, so that's 5 cents, 4 cent spread. So it's like I'm not taking a cent. I'll wait for the 5-minute setup. It's more reliable. In the meantime, it's 4 p.m. my time, so you don't need any qualifications. You just need to learn how to do it. Sometimes I want to KABBMS. You just have to have an analytical mind that helps you spot the patterns, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so I'm going to end the stream there, and thanks for coming. I'll be back at it tomorrow. A little bit late tomorrow, so about 2 p.m., about half an hour before market opens tomorrow.